Joshua, he was like a ray of light. Everyone loved him. Everyone liked him. He was just a leader, someone everyone depended on, someone who everyone called when they were in trouble. I call him, I always say that he was the closest thing to Superman on this earth. The fact that he chose law enforcement was indicative of his personality because he was always standing up for what was right and defending those who were in need. He was a big man by stature, and he just he commanded a lot of respect when he entered any room. When he told us that he would become a police officer, it was just like the obvious. It wasn't a surprise at all.
The early morning of Sunday, April 14th, brought a somber tone to West Palm Beach, Florida. A beloved member of the community, Officer Joshua Tyree Ballesteros, was tragically lost in a car accident. This 30-year-old officer, with a bright future ahead, left a void in the hearts of his family, friends, and colleagues. The incident unfolded along North Congress Avenue. Details surrounding the cause of the crash remain under investigation, but reports indicate Officer Ballesteros' vehicle, a 2017 Ford Fusion, veered off the road for unknown reasons. The car collided with the guardrail, then struck a tree. The force of the impact caused the vehicle to roll over and plunge into a nearby canal, landing upside down. Emergency personnel responded swiftly, rescuing Officer Ballesteros from the submerged car. Despite valiant efforts to revive him with CPR, he was rushed to St. Mary's Medical Center in critical condition. Sadly, later that same day, Officer Ballesteros succumbed to his injuries. The West Palm Beach Police Department, deeply affected by their fallen comrade, mobilized to investigate the accident scene. The area along North Congress Avenue was shut down for several hours as authorities meticulously examined the wreckage and the surrounding environment to piece together the events leading to the crash. The submerged vehicle was also recovered from the canal. News of Officer Ballesteros' passing spread quickly, eliciting an outpouring of grief and support. Adam Myers, president of the West Palm Beach Fraternal Order of Police, confirmed the tragedy on Facebook, expressing his condolences to the family and fellow officers. Off-duty traffic crash, highlighting the ever-present risk faced by those who serve and protect, even during their personal time. Beyond the immediate police community, the tragedy resonated with prominent figures. Senator Marco Rubio took to social media, offering his deepest condolences to Officer Ballesteros' family and colleagues. The shared sentiment within the community painted a picture of a life dedicated to service and selflessness. A closer look into Officer Ballesteros' background reveals a passionate individual shaped by a desire to make a positive impact. He honed his skills at Florida Atlantic University, where he pursued public safety administration while leaving his mark on the football field. After graduating from Palm Beach State College's Basic Law Enforcement program in October 2018, his commitment to public service found a channel with the West Palm Beach Police Department. A GoFundMe campaign, established by Officer Ballesteros' fiancée, Glentisha Johnson, provided a glimpse into the kind of man he was. Words like devoted father, son, big brother, and role model adorned the campaign description. Ms. Johnson described his unwavering selflessness, prioritizing the well-being of others before his own. This sentiment resonated throughout the campaign, emphasizing the lasting impact Officer Ballesteros had on everyone who knew him. The campaign's purpose was twofold: to offer financial support for the funeral arrangements, and, more importantly, to provide financial security for Officer Ballesteros' daughter, Bobby. As of this writing, the campaign has garnered significant support, exceeding $18,000 towards its $50,000 goal. This outpouring of generosity exemplifies the community's desire to help alleviate the financial burden faced by the family during this difficult time. The loss of Officer Joshua Tyree Ballesteros leaves a profound void in the West Palm Beach community. A young life filled with potential was tragically cut short. However, his legacy lives on in the memories of those he touched, and the life he led dedicated to serving others. And the unwavering support for his family are testaments to the impact Officer Ballesteros had on the lives of those around him. Family and fellow officers are grieving a tremendous loss. Today, We remember Officer Joshua Tyree Ballesteros, a dedicated public servant tragically taken from us far too soon. The early hours of April 14th painted a tragic scene on North Congress Avenue in West Palm Beach, Florida. A life dedicated to service and protecting the community was abruptly cut short. Officer Joshua Tyree Ballesteros, a 30-year-old beacon of hope within the West Palm Beach Police Department, perished in a car accident. This unexpected loss left a gaping hole in the hearts of his family, friends, and fellow officers. The somber events unfolded shortly after 5:20 a.m. A frantic 911 call pierced the early morning silence, reporting a car plunging into the canal alongside North Congress Avenue, just south of Lombard Street. The initial report was followed by another, painting a more chilling picture. The car, submerged and upside down, offered no sign of life emerging. Within minutes, officers from the West Palm Beach Police Department arrived at the scene. Without hesitation, they plunged into the murky waters of the canal, their primary focus, saving a life. They managed to pull the driver, later identified as Officer Ballesteros, from the submerged vehicle. Officers immediately began CPR, a desperate attempt to revive their fallen comrade. West Palm Beach Fire Rescue paramedics quickly arrived and rushed Officer Ballesteros to St. Mary's Medical Center in critical condition. Despite their valiant efforts, Officer Ballesteros succumbed to his injuries later that same Sunday. A pall of grief descended upon the city. The news of Officer Ballesteros' passing spread like wildfire, triggering a wave of shock and sorrow. Traffic homicide investigators swarmed the accident site. Their meticulous examination revealed the tragic truth. For reasons yet unknown, Officer Ballesteros' vehicle had veered off northbound Congress Avenue. It collided with a guardrail, then slammed into a tree. The brutal impact caused the car to overturn, a fatal ballet ending with the car submerged in the canal, upside down. The investigation continued for several hours. Finally, the submerged vehicle was hoisted from the canal, a grim reminder of the tragedy that unfolded. Beyond the official investigation, tributes poured in, highlighting the kind of man Officer Ballesteros was. Adam Myers, president of the West Palm Beach Fraternal Order of Police, expressed the collective grief in a heartfelt statement. He acknowledged Officer Ballesteros not only as a colleague but also as a friend, one whose absence would leave a profound void. His words echoed the sentiment of all who knew Officer Ballesteros, a man of dedication, courage, and unwavering service. A closer look into Officer Ballesteros' life reveals a path driven by a desire to make a positive impact. Details remain scarce, but the fragments paint a picture of a young man passionate about public safety. The exact path that led him to the West Palm Beach Police Department remains unknown, but his commitment to serving and protecting his community culminated in his service as an officer.
The fact that he chose law enforcement was indicative of his personality because he was always standing up for what was right and defending those who were in need. He was a big man by stature, and he just he commanded a lot of respect when he entered any room. And so when he told us that he would become a police officer, it was just like the obvious. It wasn't a surprise at all. It was still a shock. It's still very fresh. However, we just know that if anybody's in a better place, it's definitely Joshua, just because of the person that he was.
The sudden demise of a young life dedicated to serving others leaves a legacy that transcends the details of the accident. Officer Ballesteros' story is not just about a tragic car crash. It's a testament to the unwavering courage and commitment of those who choose to dedicate their lives to public service. A dark cloud hangs over West Palm Beach following the tragic loss of Officer Joshua. Details remain unclear, but early reports indicate Officer Ballesteros was driving northbound on Congress Avenue when his vehicle veered off the road. The West Palm Beach Police Department mourns the loss of their colleague. In a heartfelt statement,
it was still a shock. It's still very fresh. However, we just know that if anybody's in a better place, it's definitely Joshua, just because of the person that he was.
This tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the risks faced by those who serve and protect, even during their off-duty hours. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Officer Ballesteros' family and the entire West Palm Beach community during this difficult time. The ongoing investigation seeks to understand the cause of the crash, while the community rallies around Officer Ballesteros' family. A hero's journey, though cut short, leaves behind a powerful reminder: the selflessness and dedication of those who wear the badge, even in their off-duty hours. His memory will forever be etched in the hearts of those he touched and the community he bravely served.